What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be reacting to Group 764, the internet's most disturbing cult. This is by The Void. Make sure you subscribe to him. Make sure you like his video. I reacted to the hacker exposing some cases that this group has done, but I think this video is going to be more in depth. It has 1.1 million views. And I think it's just going to be explaining the start of it, some cases, and just the overall gist of what they're doing, I guess. So without further ado, let's get into it. This video is like 28 minutes long. Make sure you get some snacks, man. Come on.
There's a strange kind of comfort in the way social media works. Everyone has a name, a profile picture, a handful of followers. Everything feels traceable, manageable. But that sense of control is mostly an illusion. Behind the usernames and the private messages, there's a part of the internet built to keep people out. It doesn't rely on algorithms or exposure. It spreads through private servers, closed groups, and invite-only links passed from one person to the next. And once someone's inside, getting out isn't always simple. Over the last few years, that darkness has started to take shape. Investigators are now tracking what they describe as one of the most rapidly growing online threats in the world, a decentralized, ideologically driven network that has already been linked to dozens of victims across multiple countries. According to the FBI, the group coerces vulnerable individuals into producing CSAM, self-mutilation, and extreme violence. And in the most severe cases, victims have been pushed to taking their own lives. This is Group 764.
In the last video, they said they basically exploit them by getting their nudes. They groom children. They get their nudes. Then they be threatening to expose them. They be like, do this or I'm gonna expose you. Like, kill yourself or I'm gonna expose you. Man, just take the exposing. It's better getting exposed than killing yourself, bro. Like, yeah, we gonna talk shit. But bro, who gives a fuck, man? They just gonna see your shit. But I know how they probably like think about how people look at them. I was a kid once, you know. I give a fuck about like how people view me. I still do a little bit, but it's worse when you're in high school, man. You get bullied and shit. Who gives a fuck, man? Don't kill yourself, man. So I kind of know like some idea what this is because we reacted to like a hacker exposing them. But it's just interesting, man. Like their philosophy, like I don't know how people think like that, man. They said they're nihilists and shit. Man, if nothing matters, kill yourself. Easy.
764 didn't begin as a movement. It began with a teenager. Bradley Cadenhead was 15 when he created the group from his bedroom in Stephenville, Texas. Online,
Bro's 15 years old. Look at him, bro. He looks like he watches like hentai or some shit. Like straight up gooner, bro. Loser.
went by the name Felix, using 764 from his town's zip code. But what that name came to represent would stretch far beyond a single location. His behavior had been escalating for years. At 8, he was already watching adult content.
At 8? Bro, where are your parents at, bro? Probably doesn't have a dad and mom's probably a hooker.
Soon after, it shifted toward violent content.
Hey, man, you putting up ISIS videos and shit. Yeah, that guy. This guy right here. Bro, so fried. Cooked. They be running motherfucker over with tanks. they be getting like little kids, like 6 years old, with guns to execute them, chopping their heads off and shit, crazy shit, man. Putting grenades in their mouth.
Torture videos, gore,
Fuck, man.
anything brutal. And by the time he was 13, he had already been placed on juvenile probation for talking about shooting up a middle school.
Oh yeah, you're a school shooter, bro. He need to be locked up and throw away the key, bro.
The next year, he violated the terms and was sent to a juvenile facility. Probation reports showed a steady decline. Cadenhead refused to participate in counseling. He assaulted his mother. He left home with
I fucking hate you, Mom. I fucking hate you. I'm gonna kill you, Mom.
without permission and was eventually hospitalized after ingesting large quantities of Tylenol and cough syrup.
Bro's overdosing on fucking Tylenol, bro. Yeah, man, I'm a rock star, man. I fucking love Juice WRLD, man. I'm gonna overdose on Tylenol and fucking cough syrup. NyQuil.
Nothing improved. His
All right,
world
bro.
got smaller, and when it did, the internet filled in the gaps. He spent most of his time online. Minecraft led him to Discord, and on Discord, he found something else. A server called
E-girl, bro. Bro found an E-girl and fell in love. Fell in love with the E-girl, man.
Cult, spelt CVLT. The group was run by a French user named Rohan and specialized in grooming minors for explicit content. According
Weirdo,
to
bro.
internal reports from Discord's security team, this is where Cadenhead learned to manipulate children. He said another user introduced him to gore, and from there, everything escalated. He took what he had learned and started building a new server. The name was 764.
Digitalisiere deinen Betrieb. Office on.
So basically, someone was teaching him how to, like, you said groom minors. So he was like, I bet. And then he made his own group. Or his own server at first. What was it?
Learned and
bad,
started
just fucking
building a
had-
new server.
Oh, server.
The
yeah.
name was 764. Using variations of the name Felix, he dropped into chat rooms daily, spreading links, posting explicit images, and urging people to join him in more private spaces. When he was banned, he created new accounts. When users pushed back, he threatened them. He bragged about being device banned from nearly every email service. He said he'd gone through over
So bro's bragging about getting banned. I mean, alright. Like, I guess 500 accounts is crazy. Like, I guess he could brag about that. But right here it says, been banned on Roblox twice. Man, who gives a fuck, man? No one gives a fuck.
400 Felix accounts, 100 more just to get
You're,
back on
you're
Discord.
such a thug, man.
Even Roblox had banned him, twice. In one case, he encouraged a 10-year-old girl to send inappropriate photos of herself.
10?
In another, he told someone who had just survived taking their own life to try again.
When you said you failed, do that shit again. I want you to succeed. You failed. Don't be a failure. Come on.
Other users warned him to stop. He laughed. He bragged constantly, said his extortions were wild. Other users called him a god, Felix the CP god. One 14-year-old girl from
Motherfuckers are praying to the CP god. Like, the fuck, man? Y'all need to get off Discord, man.
Oklahoma said she was blackmailed by him into cutting
Yeah,
herself on
crazy.
camera, even going so far as making her mutilate her pet hamster. What began as a replica of cult quickly turned into something more, something ideological. The group borrowed heavily from an older extremist network called the Order of Nine Angles, or O9A.
What's that?
It's a violent organization that merges Satanism, neo-Nazism, and occultism. Members are told to reject empathy, to see morality as weakness. They glorify ritual violence, and they promote a concept called culling, the idea that real power comes from harming others
Bro, is that Jason?
without hesitation. Cadenhead treated O9A like a blueprint. 764 built its identity around the belief that systems should fall. It wasn't created to gain influence or money. It was created to cause harm.
I can give you a guide on how to kill yourself 10 different ways. Man, who would want that shit? You weirdo. Since you're too fucking stupid and can't kill yourself correctly. Bro, you ain't gonna tell me how to kill myself, buddy.
The FBI and Department of Justice say the group's goal is to destabilize society by targeting the most vulnerable people they can find. That often means children, but it isn't limited to them. Their targets are chosen based on access. If someone can be broken, they're useful. Maybe the most unsettling part is that 764 is only one part of it. Surrounding the group is a larger network of subgroups, aliases, and temporary servers. Slittown, Leak Society, Harm Nation, 303, 555, 404, Hell, and No Lives Matter, to name a few.
That's a lot of groups, man. These kids, they're cooked, man. If they don't get off Roblox or these apps, social media, they're cooked, man. There's a lot of these motherfuckers out. I'll be damned if they get to my daughter, bro. Fuck no.
In these spaces, ideology is less about belief and more about permission. Some users invoke O9A references without knowing where they come from. Others wear them proudly. But the overlap is always there. Nazi symbolism.
Bro thinks he's so tough, bro. Wearing spikes and shit. I mean, those are real bullets. Alright, bro. You got it. But I don't think those are real bullets, bro. You know how much all this shit would cost, man? And you look broke as shit, man. Look at that fucking hat, bro. Flat brim. That shit look like... You look broke. But, bro... Oh my god, bro. I wish you would pull up like that to, like, LA or some shit. Bro, get fucking pressed so hard. Like, what the fuck is you wearing, little ass weirdo, bro? What the fuck is you wearing?
Wear them proudly. But the overlap is
Bro,
always
get
there.
pressed so fast.
Nazi symbolism. Praise for mass shooters. Sadistic memes. Screen grabs of abuse passed around like trophies. The most violent content earns the most respect, and the more disturbing the video, the higher the status. FBI investigators have called these users nihilistic violent extremists, not because they're chasing a cause, but because they're not chasing anything at all. For them, the end goal is total destruction. Most coverage focuses on the...
Bro, they're not chasing anything at all because they don't have no lives, bro. They're just bored. They got nothing going for themselves. What you need to do is get a job, buddy.
abuse. But inside these groups, it's also a system of recruitment. Young people are pulled in, pushed past boundaries, and reshaped until they either disappear or become part of it. Most of the time, it starts the same way. It usually begins in spaces built around pain, Discord servers centered on self-harm, forums where depression is openly discussed but rarely moderated, group chats where no one's really paying attention. These are the environments the group moves through, watching silently until someone says the right thing. A member reaches out, often appearing calm and supportive. They might pose as another teenager, or...
What y'all need to do? Y'all go on these forums and shit. Y'all need to troll these motherfuckers, man. Like, pretend you're someone else. Send, like, fake photos that they would try to use to exploit you. But it's gonna be fake, right? You're gonna have a fake personality and just troll the fuck out of him. That shit would be so funny. Just making them look stupid, like you get an image off Google, then you go to these forums, act depressed, maybe. These motherfuckers will find you, start trying to groom you and shit. Do this when you're 18 plus, though, man. you know, like me, I'm 23. Bro, I would troll the fuck out of these motherfuckers, bro. Try to be female and shit. Be like, you know, yeah, I'm like, I don't know, bro.
Speak
I would
like
troll
someone
them.
who understands. But it was never about helping in the first place. Most of their activity happens on Discord and Telegram, though other platforms have been used at different points.
I troll the
Instagram,
fuck out of them, bro.
Roblox, Minecraft, even SoundCloud. Most of the victims are between
SoundCloud?
the ages of 9 and 17.
You Lil Pump?
Many are already struggling with mental health, with identity, or just with being alone. And the goal is always the same. Find someone vulnerable, cut them off, and make them believe they've finally found somewhere they belong. From there, it moves quickly. They shift to private servers, voice calls, and screen share sessions. Victims are told to follow instructions, sometimes framing it as a game, other times as a challenge. Occasionally, that first task crosses a boundary, but once it's done, that's where it starts. They ask for proof, photos or videos, something that can be saved. And once they have it, the tone changes. The messages get sharper. The victim is told that if they don't continue, their secrets will be shared.
So, kids nowadays really be sending like nudes and pictures of themselves to strangers, bro. People on the internet that you don't even know, in person, and they fully trust them to like keep those pictures just to themselves, but you don't even know this person, man. Like, it don't make sense.
Their family will be contacted. Their lives will be ruined. It becomes a trap, and the only way out, they're told, is to keep going.
Okay. If you meet someone in person and start talking with them, and like you actually see the person like enough so where you're comfortable to send pictures of yourself, all right. And they still do that, all right. That's like more like understandable. But just sending a picture to a motherfucker online that you don't even know is kind of crazy, bro. Y'all need to fucking watch your kids, man.
The requests turn into demands. Victims are made to film themselves cutting into their own skin.
Yo.
They're told to carve usernames or group names into their bodies. These are called cut signs, a kind of brand that shows who they belong to. Others are told to hurt animals, to involve siblings, to create material that escalates with every video. And it's all recorded. Some members will even live stream the abuse. Others host what they call watch parties, where victims are tormented in front of an audience. The footage is saved, archived, and traded. And the more violent it is, the more status the abuser earns.
Traded, bro. These motherfuckers trading this shit like Pokemon cards.
Almost like a badge of honor. The victims are left traumatized. Some never come forward. Others try, but by then it's too late. The group already has their information, their faces, their voices, even their school names. And even when the servers get shut down, the files don't disappear. They're stored, reshared, and sometimes reused to lure in someone else. For some, the damage ends there, but others stay, pulled deeper into the group, until they're no longer just victims. Investigators say many of the most active members started as victims themselves, brought in young, manipulated and broken down, and then built back up again as part of the system.
So basically, I mean, obviously, all these members have mental issues, but he said like most victims turn into members. It just shows you like they're just mentally like fucked up. They're probably insecure as fuck. Probably hate themselves. That's why they're doing this to other people. If you really hate yourself that much, man, just kill yourself if you're doing fucked up shit like this. I never like condone suicide, but like these motherfuckers need to kill themselves, man.
They stay because they're scared,
Straight up.
or because it's the only place where they feel accepted. But over time, they become recruiters, becoming the thing they once feared. And that's what makes this group so hard to stop. It regenerates. Since 2021, criminal cases have been opened in the US, UK, Germany, Romania, and Brazil.
Damn, man.
Some of the worst content has been linked back to a core set of users. One of them, known online as Gore Butcher, ran an invite-only channel tied directly to Order of Nine Angles. He's believed to be a Florida man named Angel Almeida, a dropout with a long arrest record and a history of violence. He's not the only one. Some members write instructions, literal guides on how to groom and exploit, telling others what kind of girls to target, what to say, when to push, and when to escalate. These documents are shared inside the group, alongside folders of abuse, cut-sign compilations, and violent memes. Platforms say they're working on it. Discord claims they shut down 130 groups and banned over 34,000 users tied to the network in a single year. Roblox says it monitors 764-themed skins and removes references when flagged. Instagram and Telegram both say the same, but even now, hundreds of 764-related accounts are still active.
Bro, these motherfuckers posted up thinking they're hard. And Roblox, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Group simply moves faster. Some have spent years being manipulated. Others were pulled in and discarded almost immediately. But all of them were changed by it. And the stories that have surfaced since, both the ones that were recovered or told by the people left behind, show just how far this really goes.
Lock him up, bro.
The people behind these groups aren't all the same. But what connects them isn't where they started. It's what they choose to do once they get inside. Some of them used threats. Others forced their victims to hurt themselves. But in certain groups, the abuse focuses on animals. And in one of the most widely shared cases, it was a girl known online as Holy Girl 222. She had been active in several servers linked to Kaskar, one of the groups that branched off from 764. Members knew her name, they knew her voice, and eventually, they knew what she was willing to do. In one photo, she's holding a handwritten fan sign with the name Court 764. In her other hand is the body of her cat, the one she had just been forced to kill. The name belonged to Joseph Schoonover, known online as Courtbox. Back in 2018, he was just another anonymous kid on the internet. He spent most of his time making stick figure animations on a site called Flippernim, where he was bullied constantly. And when that didn't stop, he started looking for a way to make people take him seriously. That's when he decided to join 764. He joined the group, copied its methods, and then built something of his own. A spin-off called Kaskar.
You said this little kid who was making stick figures made like a subgroup called Kaskar, bro. This kid, bro. You said the other girl killed her cat, man, to sacrifice. She sacrificed her cat to be in this group, bro. Cooked.
The purpose was the same: coercion, humiliation, and control.
Bro.
As a result, he would be doxxed. With that came information about who Joseph was, old accounts, and old photos.
Yikes.
The only images that ever surfaced showed him as a child, maybe 5 or 6 years old. The docs also confirmed his family members. His sister had been arrested, reportedly for punching a teacher.
Damn,
And when his
crash
mother
out.
died, her obituary page was found and flooded with images of the girl he had coerced, the one holding up a sign with his name and her deceased cat.
Oh, okay, so he made the girl kill her cat. Okay. I meant, damn, his mom dead. Maybe that's why he got mental issues and shit, but like, damn, they were flooding his mom's, what did he say?
died, her obituary page was
Her
found and
obituary
flooded with
page.
images of the girl he had coerced. The
And they're flooding pictures on her page, bro.
one holding up a sign with his name and her deceased
You deserve that, man. If you're making like these little girls kill their cats, man, and they found out who you are, you're cooked.
cat. Holy Girl 222 would also eventually be doxxed and swatted. People in the group said she wanted it, that she did it for attention, but Discord logs show that it wasn't her choice. She had been forced.
Heutzutage werden
Yeah, man, this should be confusing because like, are they be victims or are they actually members? Because it sounds like some of them do that shit for fun and to be in the group and just to be edgy and shit. And it sounds like other people are like victims and like they're being forced to. And it's kind of hard because you said like, yeah, she wanted to, but Discord says she was forced to. This group is confusing, man.
Involved a user known as Harm. His real name was Abdallah Ali, to the and her choice.
Fucking head.
She had been forced. Another case tied to the network involved a user known as Harm. His real name was Abdallah Ali.
Abdallah.
He was based in Egypt and had been active across multiple servers connected to 764. He regularly posted images of animal abuse, sometimes involving animals he harmed, sometimes showing victims who had been made to do it for him. In one of the most well-known videos linked to his account, a girl is seen on a Discord call killing her cat on camera. The audio is muted, but throughout the recording, a voice labeled Harm is seen speaking. The images and videos, like so many others, became part of the archive. Most of the victims were forced, but not all of the violence was. Nino Luciano was born on July 4th, 2004, in Germany.
He sounds like he a producer or some shit. Nino Luciano, bro. He sounds like he be making Fireheads beats or something, bro. Look at him posted up with the yams.
His parents were addicts.
Of
His
course.
father was in prison.
Of course.
And from the moment he was born, he was in withdrawal.
Damn.
By the time he was 6,
Cut.
he was sleeping with a knife under his pillow.
Damn, motherfucker kept that shit tucked at 6 years old, bro. Where he live, bro? Fucking Chirac? God,
He had violent outbursts, and his mother described his childhood as unstable,
fuck.
filled with psychiatric placements and temporary housing. In 2011, he was admitted to a clinic for the first time. From there, he was transferred to a residential care group, and eventually, the decision was made to send him out of the country. During that time, he was medicated daily. He said the drugs made him feel numb, like he was on another planet.
Yeah, man, I should take like Lexapro. Like it's an antidepressant. Man, that shit had me like numb. Like you said, like a zombie. Like I just felt blank. That's a perfect word to describe it. Blank. Just no emotion, no nothing. Just like blank. Like everything was quiet. And it helped for a little bit, but I noticed like I wasn't like enthusiastic about life at all, man. Like I like feeling emotions and shit. You know?
The German state covered the full cost of his placement,
Are you
more
German?
than 400 euros per day, which included therapy, psychiatric consultations, clothing allowances, and pocket money. By the time he turned 18, the total had reached nearly 900,000 euros. The support stopped the day he became an adult. 10 months later, he murdered someone. On the morning of April 12th, 2022, Nino was seen slashing the tire of a parked car in the town of Mediash. He wandered the streets for hours. At one point, he offered a one-lei note to an elderly man, then turned and followed him. The man became uncomfortable and ran, and so Nino moved on. 2 hours later, he found someone else. On Pultenish Street, a 74-year-old woman was taking out her trash. Nino approached her and said hi. Then he knocked her to the ground, kicked her repeatedly, and cut her throat.
Oh.
He streamed the entire attack over Discord. The killing was meant to prove something. He believed it would get him into a group called MKY, short for Maniac Murder Cult, a Romania-based offshoot connected.
Damn, man. Maniac Murder Cult. Yeah, bro. This sounds like it's on the deep web, but it's really just on Discord, bro. Like, you motherfuckers are bold to be doing this shit on the normal internet. Like, damn.
To 764. He had also been active in other cells, including one called 6996 and a smaller group known as Necrohunt. She was neither Roma nor Jewish, but Nino later claimed he believed she was, that the killing had been racially motivated. Later that night, he posted about the murder in a Telegram chat. He was arrested the next day and charged with aggravated murder, attempted murder. He was...
What you said? You said stab someone. He said cap, not cap. All right, bro. I could prove it. And he sends a video. Man, you doing all this shit on the normal internet on Discord, bro.
Arrested the
Look what happened. You got arrested the next day. Stupid.
next day and charged with aggravated murder, attempted murder, destruction, and possession of CSAM. In August, he pled guilty and was sentenced to 14 years in prison under an educational measure focused...
14 years, bro? 14 years? That's a little bit. I mean, that's a lot. But, like, for that, man, give him life. What the fuck? What the fuck Romania got going on over there, bro?
On rehabilitation. The court ordered that he remain under psychiatric treatment for as long as necessary. In a similar fashion, a 14-year-old boy began attacking strangers at night. Over the course of a few months, he stabbed 8 individuals in Hässelby, Sweden, recorded it, and posted it on Telegram to gain more status and promote the Swedish branch of No Lives Matter, which he ran. His victims were mostly elderly. His username was Slain764. He would eventually be caught and charged. Solna District Court ruled that the boy was guilty of attempted murder after a hearing, but since he was under 15 years old, he couldn't be convicted of the crime and simply had to pay damages of over 250,000 krona, or just over $26,000, to the man. Another name that kept coming up was Vincent Collison. He called himself Yuki. He was 18 and a member of Kaskar.
All these motherfuckers are young, bro. Like, just disturbed children.
Yuki was one of the most active extortionists linked to the network. He moved across platforms like Discord, Instagram, and Roblox, and targeted minors through private messages and server invites. Once contact was made, he pushed for more. Yuki and the people around him are believed to be responsible for at least 2 suicides. One of his victims was pregnant. He threw a brick through her window, and the sudden shock caused her to go into cardiac arrest, killing both.
Is that the video, bro? Man, that's so sad, man. And the other videos explaining that, like, that case. Bro killed a pregnant woman and the baby died, bro. I hate anything that has to do, like, with babies.
With her and her baby. Yuki also ran a service called Brick Squad, a pay-to-order operation where people could...
What are you, Waka Flocka, bro? Brick Squad. Is it Waka Flocka? I gotta look that shit up. Hold up. Is it Brick Squad Waka Flocka, bro? I know I'm going off course, man, but I gotta see. This motherfucker think he Waka Flocka, bro.
Pay him to target someone in real life. The options included Molotovs, drive-bys, and home invasions. His team would show up, film the damage, and send it back to the person who paid. While some found violence in performance, others found it in silence. Her username was FMLK. She was 15, and as a result, her real identity is unknown. She was active in several 764 servers.
Her real identity is unknown, man.
Fluent in English and already trusted enough to move between chats that most people never saw. And that's how she found him. His name was Samuel Hervey. He was 25 and grew up in International Falls, Minnesota. He studied biochemistry and began transitioning after turning 18. But after the pandemic hit, everything fell apart. He dropped out of university, his marriage ended, and he stopped taking his medication. In late 2020, he was committed to a psychiatric hospital and diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder.
Oh, fuck.
A few months after being released, he left the country.
Them schizo motherfuckers, man. They be the scary ones, man. They be like thinking you a demon and trying to kill you and shit.
Lotto 24.
I chill out, bro. I'm not loose. I'm not the devil, bro. Trying to kill me and shit. He's like, you're a demon. I gotta kill you. Man, them schizo motherfuckers be tweaking, bro.
Pakistan, moving between hostels in Bishkek. In early November, he created a Discord server. He called it an Hero Tempest, an infamous online term used to reference taking one's own life. The messages made his plans clear. He talked about what he was going to do and how it would happen. Most users ignored him, and a few tried to talk him down. But FMLK didn't. She reached out and moved the conversation into private calls. She asked for updates and told him people would be watching, that this was his chance to be remembered. Samuel's messages shifted between panic and calm. One night, he said he couldn't stop crying. The next day, he said he'd bought the gasoline.
Oh,
On November 7th,
Man.
he left his hostel and took a bus to Rescue Mountain, an ancient pilgrimage site on a mountain just south of Bishkek called Tashtar Ata. He found a spot in the snow, set up his phone, and lit himself on fire.
oh.
The
my
entire
God.
ordeal played out live on a Discord call. At least 29 users were in the server while it happened, as he was propping up his phone, sitting on the ground, praying, then dousing himself. Some were recording, others were cheering. In one clip, someone shouts out the group. Another calls her by name.
Hey, shout out to Discord people. Shout out to fucking Xanax. Shout out to fucking 764.
Shout out to everyone fucking free. Big shout out to Money and big shout out to FMLK. And we gotta
Shout out
say,
to Forbes.
it took him so fucking long.
We fucking did it,
6323 is better
It's
than
so funny.
764.
That's the worst death possible, man.
After Samuel's death,
Yeah, man, these just edgy ass motherfuckers, man. Watch, bro. When these motherfuckers go to prison, man, you ain't gonna be edgy anymore. You gonna drop the soap and you gonna get your booty hole tickled, bro. Then you gonna feel that shank going in your back, bro.
she took control of the server.
And you're gonna be scared as shit. Watch you try to be edgy. Don't you love that shit? Don't you love pain and shit? Psst. If you love pain, man, just go to prison, man.
He had made her an administrator the night
You feel
before. That gave her full access, and she used it. A few months later, someone told her about a girl in another server. She had been posting about taking her own life. The girl was young, still a teenager, and so FMLK reached out. She brought the conversation into her own space, the same server Samuel had created. Just like before, she pushed the girl toward it. 15 people watched the stream. She put a plastic bag over her head and filled it with helium.
Ooh.
FMLK stayed on the call until it ended. Another incident involved Caleb Merritt.
So this girl, that's 2 suicides. Damn.
He was 21 years old, living in Texas, and a member of Cult, one of the earlier groups connected to
God damn,
764.
bro. Man, this motherfucker ugly as shit. Hurry up. Get him off my screen, dog.
He had
Stirring my
already been
soul.
active across Discord and Instagram when he found her. She was just 12 years old. The first messages were sent through Instagram.
12?
Then he moved the conversation to Discord, where he invited her into a private chat room. From there, things escalated. He told her to carve his name into her skin, told her to keep cutting, and asked her to send proof. She did what he asked, not because she understood what was happening, but because he made her believe it was love.
Oh.
In February 2021, Merritt drove from Texas to Virginia. He set up camp in the woods behind her house. A few days later, he told her to meet him. She left without telling anyone. They were found the next day in Henderson, North Carolina.
Oh my god. It's an actual case, bro. It's a fucking Amber Alert. Damn, man. When was this? I was at Virginia, this year.
An Amber Alert had been issued. When officers found her, she told them she had run away because she loved him, that they were going to start a life together.
Cooked, man.
She didn't understand what had been done to her. Merritt was arrested and later indicted on multiple charges: assault of a child under the age of 13,
Yikes.
abduction with intent to defile, the production of CSAM, and solicitation of a minor. He was convicted and sentenced to 350 years in prison. For investigators, it showed just how far the manipulation could go.
Wait, she died? My bad, I wasn't paying attention, man. This motherfucker's scaring me.
She loved him, that they were going to start a life together.
Uh-huh.
She didn't understand what had been done to her.
Okay.
Merritt was arrested and later indicted on multiple charges: assault of a child under the age of
Assault?
13,
Okay.
abduction with intent to defile, the production of CSAM, and
CSAM.
solicitation of a minor.
Solicitation.
He was convicted and sentenced to leave everything behind because they think it's what they want. But what's been uncovered so far isn't the whole picture. These stories are only a fraction of what the COM has already done, and what it's still doing. Inside the group's chats, members traded images of young children posed in front of swastika flags, with some being as young as 5 or 6. In one chat, a boy offered photos
Man, 5 or 6 years old, man. I'll get a belt and whoop your ass, man. What the fuck you doing, little ass boy?
of his younger sister. The buyer told him 15 was too old. He wanted her to be between 4 and 7.
Oh my god.
Thousands of files were moving
Yo.
between hands, with users competing for attention by finding the most shocking content they could. In one chat, a user claimed to have groomed a British person into carrying out a murder. Whether the killing actually happened was never confirmed, but the fact that someone was even boasting about it seemed to say enough. And eventually, it wasn't just kids posting in these spaces. The group had started attracting adults, men who didn't need to be groomed or coerced. They already knew what they wanted and how to find it. In Michigan, a 47-year-old man named Richard Densmore was indicted on 5 counts related to CSAM.
Of course, man. Look at him. Bruh, is fucking 3 chins. His hairline is cooked. Yeah, he just looked like... He looked like that motherfucking SpongeBob that don't want pickles on his fucking burger, bro.
He was a veteran, and online,
Oh my
he used the
God.
handle Rabid. He ran a Discord server called Sewer, where minors were streamed harming themselves and performing on camera. In one video, he filmed himself sailing toward what he called CP Island,
Oh my
a place
God.
he claimed held his stash. And in Florida, police arrested 34-year-old William John Scott Tulco Jr. His screen name was iKids666.
Oh my god,
His Discord
bro.
bio read, "Unfathomably based father with the assault-loving daughter." He was active in multiple comm groups and had been for years. Inside this network, suffering became the currency. And for the people running it, there was always someone new to spend it on.
Feinschmecker.
Yeah, my bad if I like pause the video a lot and shit. You know, when I like do reaction videos, I try to like give my input on everything. Like when I think of something, I pause it. Cause like I don't like reacting to videos and like I'm basically stealing someone else's videos, and you know I need to give my input and shit. But this shit crazy, bro. My bad if I rewind it too. Sometimes like I just be thinking about me zoning out and I ain't rewinding shit. Fuck, man.
The first major break came in the summer of 2021. Bradley Cadenhead, the teenager who started it all, was arrested by the FBI. His laptop was found during a search warrant, containing over 20 images of underage girls engaged in inappropriate acts. He pled guilty to 9 counts of possession of CSAM and was sentenced to 80 years in prison.
80 years, man, for just being a fucked up person on the internet.
Group 764.
Just because you're doing it on the internet, man, doesn't mean you're not gonna get like a life sentence, bro.
Didn't collapse when Cadenhead was arrested, but it marked the moment things started to surface. By 2022, the FBI's investigation had already grown beyond a single name. That autumn, a team from the FBI traveled to the Europol conference and gave a closed-door briefing to European law enforcement. It was the first time investigators in Germany and France had seen just how widespread the network had become. Interpol joined soon after to help coordinate the growing caseload. Over the following year, the response widened. New criminal cases were filed in the United Kingdom, Germany, and multiple US jurisdictions. Europol issued a formal intelligence notification, warning of a new kind of grooming cult.
Yup. They trying to find these motherfuckers, man. He said, let's wrap it up. This shit done.
One designed not just to exploit, but to radicalize, corrupt, and inflict serious harm. That same year, Discord confirmed it had removed more than 130 servers and banned over 34,000 accounts tied to the network. And the FBI issued a national warning and formally classified 764 as a Tier 1 domestic terrorism threat. All 55 field offices across the United States were now involved, and the RCMP in Canada also released a public bulletin. A US senator even pressed Discord's executive team for answers, and Telegram announced its plans to provide some user data to...
Bro, I don't know who owns Telegram, but bro, y'all need to fix that shit up, because when I'll be watching these predator catches and all this fucking fucked up shit, man, they're always using Telegram, bro. Like, what? Man, y'all letting this shit happen, man. Y'all need to tighten up.
authorities in a bid to help tackle the growth of 764. And by May 2025, the FBI had opened more than 250 active investigations. So that just leaves us with one question. Where are they now? You'd think things would have started to slow down.
No.
But in 2025 alone, more than 15 people have been arrested across the world, all tied to the same cause. On January 21st, a 17-year-old known online as Ching was arrested in Romania. He was part of XVN, a subgroup linked to 764. Investigators say he sent hundreds of bomb threats to schools and synagogues in the United States and the UK, along with hospitals and government offices in Romania. He had also coerced teenage girls in the US into producing explicit material and pushed them into self-harm. Then, on January 30th, the US Department of Justice announced charges against 4 members of Cult. They were accused of grooming at least 16 minors, coercing them into creating CSAM and sending images of self-harm. All 4 faced the possibility of life in prison. On February 12th, a teenager in Bolzano, Italy, was arrested. He had been collecting weapons, manufacturing explosives, and, according to police, was planning to create a snuff film. He was charged with terrorism, illegal possession of firearms, and the distribution of CSAM. He had links to both 764 and the Order of 9 Angles. And in the same month, another arrest made headlines.
Yeah, you look chopped, bro. Look at him, bro. Like, all these motherfuckers, man. You can tell these motherfuckers in this shit just by looking at them. Every single mugshot, man. They're all chopped.
Aidan Harding, a member of 764, was charged with possession of CSAM. He had also allegedly been planning a mass casualty event. Police found 20 firearms at...
Look at him, bro. Oh, he's trying to be the motherfucker in, he's trying to be one of the school shooters in the Columbine. Wasn't he wearing this shirt? Natural Selection, and this motherfucker had a trench coat like the school shooter. Weirdo, bro. Fantasizing.
His residence. Jairo Jaime Tinajero also pleaded guilty to multiple charges, including racketeering, CSAM production and distribution, cyberstalking, and conspiracy to murder.
Man, this motherfucker better be Puerto Rican, man. Cause you got Jairo Jaime Tinajero. Nah, bro.
Along with
You don't
another
claim me,
member,
bro.
known as Vitali, Tinajero had planned to murder a 14-year-old girl who had cut off contact with them. The plan involved acquiring a firearm and dissolving her body in acid. They had already coerced her into sending explicit material. They also targeted a 12-year-old girl, pushing her into self-mutilation and urging her to end her life. Authorities confirmed they had coerced at least 3 minors in Kentucky alone. Police in Spain also arrested 23-year-old Hugo Figueroa in...
Oh my god, look at him, bro. What kind of fun is that, bro? Looking at
late February. He had threatened a mass shooting and bombing in Valencia, which triggered evacuations across the city.
Okay, Spain.
Figueroa had ties to both 764 and 09A and operated under aliases like Neo Hitler 666. His electronics were seized and charges are pending. Then, on March 14th, 764 member Jack Rocker was sentenced to 7 years in prison in Florida.
It just keeps going, bro.
Investigators found over 8,300 videos and images of CSAM
Oh,
in his collection.
8,000?
His hard drive included folders labeled with aliases and one folder marked trophies.
Heutzutage werden wir mit Betrugsversuchen bombardiert.
Oh, shut up, my bad, bro. Holy shit, 8,000. That's how you know this motherfucker has no life, bro. Like, damn.
A 28-year-old man from California was arrested and charged with attempted possession and distribution
Oh my god, a Mexican from California, bro. We do not claim him, bro.
of CSAM.
No.
According to court records, he had coerced minors into producing
San Fernando? Oh my god, that's like, what, 2 hours away from me, bro? Or an hour and 30 minutes.
content that included extreme self-harm,
Ooh, I know he's getting fucked up in jail right now. Them Cali jails and prisons, man, they do not play about this shit. See getting the work right now.
and sexually degrading acts. In some cases, children were forced to carve names into their skin. Others
Yeah,
were
he getting
encouraged to
work right
take
now.
their own lives. And on
Yeah.
April 29th, 2 senior members of 764 were taken into custody. Prasan Nepal, also known as Trippy, and Leonidas Varagianis, known as War, were charged with running a child exploitation enterprise. They had led a subgroup that groomed and extorted minors through Discord and Telegram. Nepal was arrested in North Carolina, and Varagianis was detained in Greece following an international notice from US authorities.
She keeps going, man.
On May 1st, in
Oh
the
my
United Kingdom, cult member Richard Ehemir was
Look at him, bro. God damn, close your mouth, boy. You look like he breathing like like goddamn, boy.
convicted of fraud and possession of
Big ass
CSAM.
lips.
He had used
Shit.
stolen personal data to blackmail victims and was issued a 10-year sexual harm prevention order. His sentence, 12 months, was suspended for 18. And most recently, on May 4th, Brazilian police arrested 3 members of a 764-aligned group that had
Keep
been
going.
planning a mass attack at a Lady Gaga concert in Rio de Janeiro.
Lady
The
Gaga?
suspects had been stockpiling firearms, Molotovs, and explosives. One had live-streamed himself setting a homeless man on fire, and another had allegedly been preparing to carry out a satanic human sacrifice at the concert, targeting a child. All of these arrests happened in the span of 5 months. This can only mean one thing: 764 is still alive and thriving. Agencies across the world are working to shut it down, but for now, it still exists. It's still online, still growing, and still pulling people in. If 764 has proven anything, it's that it doesn't need a leader, a name, or even a platform. It just needs someone willing to keep it alive. And someone, somewhere, is doing just that.
Yeah, man. Watch your kids, watch your siblings, watch your family members if they're young, dumb and naive, man, and vulnerable, man. You gotta take care of them. You know, I got a little brother, I got a daughter on the way, man. They're not gonna be online, man. No, 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 no. You gotta teach your kids, man. You gotta teach your younger family members of the shit going on in the world. These motherfuckers fucked up mentally, man. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. About to watch Game of Thrones right now. Peace.